In the year 1212, tens of thousands of children set out on a divine mission. A crusade not of knights and kings, but of innocence, of faith, and ultimately of betrayal. They believed they could do what armies had failed to accomplish, reclaim the Holy Land with nothing but purity in their hearts. But most of them were never seen again. This is the forgotten story of the Children's Crusade, a march that began in faith and ended in silence. The early 12th century was a world gripped by chaos and faith. The Fourth Crusade had ended in scandal. The Crusaders had sacked the Christian city of Constantinople. The Holy Land remained under Muslim control. Europe was restless, angry, desperate. And Pope Innocent III, the most powerful pope in history, called for more devotion, more sacrifice. Across the continent, sermons thundered from pulpits. God's will must be done, and the people listened. But no one expected who would answer the call next. It would come to be known as the Children's Crusade, and it would end in tragedy. The call to retake the Holy Land had echoed across Christendom for over a century. But after the brutal failures of the Fourth Crusade, where Christian armies sacked their own in Constantinople, hope was dwindling. And into this spiritual void stepped a boy. His name was Stephen of Cloyes. A mere 12 years old, Stephen claimed that Christ had appeared to him, commanding him to deliver a message to the King of France and to lead a crusade of children to peacefully reclaim Jerusalem. Word spread like wildfire. Thousands, boys, girls, orphans, peasants, flocked to him. Some accounts say as many as 30,000. They believed that where the swords of kings had failed, the innocence of children would prevail, that the seas would part for them, that God would make a way. But history is rarely so kind to the pure of heart. The children reached Marseille, expecting a miracle. Instead, they were met with silence. The sea did not part. There were no ships, no divine intervention, and then 2 merchants appeared. They offered transport, free passage to the Holy Land, a godsend it seemed. But when the ships disappeared over the horizon, they were never seen again. Some say they shipwrecked. Others claim the children were sold into slavery in the markets of North Africa, a crusade born of faith, swallowed by the sea. Meanwhile, across the Alps, another crusade marched. This one led by a German boy named Nicholas of Cologne. He too believed God had chosen him. Thousands followed, but the journey was brutal. Children collapsed from cold and hunger. Mountains claimed many lives before they even reached the shores of Italy. Those who survived arrived at the heart of Christendom, Rome. They pleaded for support, for ships, for permission. Pope Innocent III, moved by their zeal, praised their faith, but he offered them no ships, no army, no path forward. He told them to go home. Only a few ever made it back. The Children's Crusade was never an official crusade, no papal sanction, no banners or crowns, just belief, innocent, powerful, and ultimately devastating. Were they truly children, or was this a desperate march of the poor and forgotten? Historians debate, but one truth remains. It was not steel or strategy that defined this crusade. It was faith. Misguided, perhaps, exploited, certainly, but pure. And in a world of ambition and bloodshed, that may have been the most dangerous force of all. The Children's Crusade, 12,000s marched. Few returned, none forgot.